How you guys doing? Okay, my counter's a mess. Excuse me. What did I possibly get on there? Yeah. I'm cleaning the counter. Clean the counter. Clean the counter. Clean the counter. Clean the counter. Doo-doo. Hey, Nishi. Long time no see. I know, it's been a while. I wanted to do something last night, but my daughter took a 20-minute nap yesterday. And by nighttime, she was all just like, this was fighting sleep. She gets all like, not cranky, not fussy, not mean, or, she's not an angry baby, but she's just really clingy and insecure and tired, but she was overtired. Didn't want to sleep, but wanted to sleep, but wanted to play at the same time, and just wears a guy out. So I put her to bed. I fell asleep with her. My wife had to continue working, so she stayed with her. She stayed to work. I put baby to bed. I fell asleep around like 8, 9, 10, whatever it was. I had to wake up. I woke up. My wife came in. She was done working. She showered, worked. She was done. She was ready to settle in. And then I woke up, and it was like maybe 10. I had to come down and finish doing the dishes that I didn't get to do earlier. And I was hungry. I needed to eat dinner. So I basically took a nap, recharged myself, ate dinner, and I didn't want to eat a late dinner, ate a late meal, and I didn't want to go to bed after that. So I stayed up kind of late. I just didn't feel like streaming though. I was just like, I got nothing right now. I didn't want to be all strung out. I feel like if I did stay on stream last night, I would have stayed up way later than I should have. Even last night, I was up too late. Auto translate sucks tonight. You mean autocorrect or auto translate? Let's see. Yeah, how's everybody doing? We got eight people here. I made a pizza dough. Autocorrect isn't your phone. It's all good. So I made a pizza dough. I was using the whole packet of yeast. It is Friday the 13th. I didn't even think about that. Another working for 15 more minutes. We'll keep up that grind. Make that cheddar. So to change the pizza dough recipe, it calls for, let's see, okay. So the pizza dough calls for a whole, it uses this. I was using the whole packet. What I ended up doing was I make the pizza dough and the Chinese steam bun. They both taste too yeasty. And my wife's like, these taste like way too much like yeast. I thought I had to use the full packet. And I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, good point. The thing about these, that you tear them and they don't reseal. I figured this is resealable, it would close. I thought I had to use the whole packet. So I just used like half a teaspoon of yeast, not this whole packet. This is 9 grams, 32 ounces of yeast. That's way too much. So I'm curious how this is going to taste. Valentine's Day tomorrow, everyone gets celebrating. My wife doesn't expect anything. I don't expect anything. My daughter had fun. My daughter got the little kids Valentine's Day, which it makes me so happy. All the little kids exchange little Valentines with each other. My daughter got some stuff with her name on it. Really cute stuff. I'm wearing red, even though I wear this all the time. Hey, baritone. What's this translate thing? That's a new thing. Ambokantam, Golden City Boy? I don't know what that means. Is that like foreign for something? Is that Chinese? He said something in Chinese. Nu ba. Wait, I can't read that. And then put it in a Tupperware, and you could put it in the refrigerator or the freezer. You mean the pizza dough, Nishi? I don't know. I remember trying putting pizza dough in the fridge in the past, and it didn't for like up to 5 days. On day like 6, I tried making a pizza, and it came out all like, when dough loses its power and you go to cook it, it looks all gummy inside. There's like gummed up, mushed together flour. Like, it's not fluffy anymore. I'm good, Baritone. You could take the yeast, you can freeze it, or you can refrigerate it. It lasts forever as long as it's dry. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I have tons of packets of yeast. My wife only wants us to use organic. We'll make the stuff for my daughter. So we have a bunch of unorganic yeast that has the sell-by dates on the packets of yeast are prior years, but they're probably fine. I think some of them do lose their potency, but this isn't so bad. This one's fine. It's good until September 2027. I'm good, Baritone. How you doing, brother? Oh, man. I just took the trash out, hence the beanie. So no stupid comments or you're going to get banned. Oh, I meant the yeast. The dehydrated yeast is like hundreds of years. Yeah, they're still finding, isn't it like all kinds of ancient societies, they're finding storehouses of food, and every single one of them had something in common. It's like yeast and flour. I need my bench scraper. Let's get that. All right. Living, working, surviving. Aren't we all? I got it. Can any one of my mods take care of the 2 most recent clowns in chat? Just get them out of here. Proving yeast, where you put it in warm water with a little bit of sugar and you wait for it. Yeah, that's what I always do. Even with the active dry yeast, I let that proof a little bit. No, I know it's not baritone. They tried to do that before. Sometimes I lay on the kitchen floor pretending I'm a crumb. Well, be careful. My daughter might come along and eat it because she'll just walk and drop her food. Oh, I dropped it. What an inconvenience. Picks it up and eats it. We got her acclimated this week to start listening to us when we say, hey, when you drop something, just throw it away. But now anytime she drops anything, she throws it in the garbage. Clean the bench scraper. All right. I have cellular data on. Well, thank you, Baritone. I just need a mod to get in there and just mute them or hide user on the channel because I just don't care. I want to read it. Well, thank you. Yeah, I had a guy. It was actually pretty convincing. Like that guy, I know is fake because their name is something else. But I had a guy come in. That one's they're trying to see their profile picture, the notification bell, and their name is live notification. But I had someone name their username was like YouTube community, and they made their message look similar to that. And it looked kind of real, but I was like, I'm not violating anything. I was at the zoo and I was streaming like the giraffes that were nearby. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything, so that doesn't make any sense. And I looked at that channel that was clowning me. It had like 3 subscribers. So if you're going to look legit, get like 1 million subscribers. Thank you. Timed out for 1,800 seconds. That's funny. That one's gone. Who else is getting yeeted? That one's gone. My plans for today are to get dressed up really nice with a lot of makeup, take a bunch of pictures, get drunk, and then wake up tomorrow, forgetting everything. There you go. That's a good plan. Look at those comedies where the girl at the office sends flowers to herself. She goes, "Oh, who sent these?" I don't think there's anything wrong. Some people actually buy flowers for themselves. That's okay. They look nice. They smell okay. All right. So, oh, that's cabinet. You guys don't want that. I can't tell you there, Leonard. I've never listen to that. Never seen that. I don't watch internet trash. All right. I want to see how this turns out. Okay. Do it. Oh boy. Routine drug test tomorrow. Pass that test. Let's see. Any of you out there, don't feel any pressure to have a Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is corporate bullshit. You shouldn't need a certain day to, spend time with the people you love. I'll tell you what, though, this Valentine's Day is good. It's great for the hospitality industry to land on a Friday. That's amazing. Like oh no, never mind. Excuse me. On a Saturday. Today's the 13th. Yeah. So land on a Saturday. That's awesome for that business. I was in that business at one point. Okay. Here we go. It's got a nice light consistency. Who took these pictures? Who is this person? Faking the drug test. Yeah, my pride. Every job I've ever done, I don't touch anything. I don't think they can actually ding you for alcohol because alcohol is it's a legal substance. Like if you had a couple of beers the night before and got a drug test, they can't fault you for that. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Like just wait a day until after that drug test and get as inebriated as you want. But I don't think they can hold alcoholism against you. And it's stupid. Like that. At the end of the day, it's your decision to do drugs. Not that you should, but I don't know. I feel like it's you guys know what I mean? It's like I'm allowed as a consenting adult. Like if you wanted to do illegal illicit substances, I don't know. It depends on the job, I guess. I'm probably gonna. She's probably not listening, but I'm gonna make something for Mrs. Benson tonight. I'll make her a little video clip or something. Make her an animated card. I mean, we don't. When you're married and you share finances, really. If I buy something, it'll be on the bank statement. It'll be on the online bank statement. So it's like there's no element of surprise. My wife's one of those gals that's not really into surprises. So. There's stories of getting their teeth bashed in and stuff like that because they went out and got drunk and partied during a major holiday. Jeez. Tater tot casserole, that sounds really good. I want to hear that you don't go out on amateur night. Amateur night is any holiday. Regular bar flies, so it's just that once the amateurs come out, they're all feisty. Yeah. Yeah, I was never one for bars. I tried that scene a little bit when I was in my early 20s. I didn't enjoy it. It's expensive. I'm kind of introvert. I know, hard to believe. Like an in-person introvert. I'll warm up eventually. You have to find someone like that I care enough to talk to and about things. But I don't go out of my way. Remember, me and my buddies were sitting there just having a couple of drinks. And it was the Friday night at the bar. They set up the DJ and a little bit of a lively clubbish scene. The food service is over at the restaurant, so it's just the bar food, and just the bar section. I just going up getting a couple. I had like 2 or 3 beers. That was it. And some lady comes up. She goes, "You guys are gonna be wallflowers? Look at all these girls out there." And I'm just like, "Are you gonna just be wallflowers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my plan." Because I had just worked all night. That's what I worked in the kitchen. I was working a line. You know, I looked nice. I had game. I just didn't care to get interested because the girls up there were just small. It was a bunch of small towns next to each other, and I didn't care to associate with any of those people. Like, honestly. All right, I'm feeling good about this. All right, this is probably gonna be fine. Oh, that's all sticky up here. Why'd I do that? Okay, I gotta get the air fryer ready. Storyteller Mr. Ballin? No. I was a temp worker for like 2 years straight, and every job they would give you a drug test, but they didn't care as long as it wasn't meth. Yeah, because I mean, I used to like watching his videos. I hated the way he would always make his little jokes about like button all the time. That's pretty clever. I've come to appreciate other content people who make hitting the like button clever. That's the thing. Like, if someone has drugs in their system, like, I think now the stigma's kind of off things like weed, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. But let's see. I'll finish that thought. Give me a second. Just want to get something out of my cabinet. Yeah, to answer your question, Baritone, I'm not a very overly online guy. The biggest streamers that have millions of subscribers, I've probably never heard of them. Like, I know who Mr. Beast is, but I've never watched a single one of his videos. Ninja and all those other guys. Like, I know Asmongold and Charlie / Penguins and Stanimus. That's about it. Like, that's like the biggest people I've checked in on once in a while. When he's telling people to break in and rape the like button, that's just... Yeah, that is a gross one, Nishi. That's a little bit too far. That's just like shock jock, Howard Stern level crap. Like saying things that are offensive and shitty as possible just to get attention. This chick can cook? Well, thank you. Bake me a potato. Do I have potatoes? I do. Okay. That's for you, Megs. Maybe we can work something out this weekend. I'll bake you one of these tiny ass potatoes. What was I saying? Like the whole drug test thing. Face all the food, kind of steal their can opener. That's a funny one. What I was saying about drug tests was though, like if someone's got marijuana in their system in the drug test, maybe ask them the question, but listen, your drug test, what can you tell us about what we might have found? And if they lie to you, don't keep them. But if they tell you the truth, like, listen, I dabble in some marijuana, the stigma is off of it, then it's fine. Hi, everybody. I see some new people just joined. This is in P. Diddy's backup stash. Is he Diddy now? Is he P. Diddy? I forget. This is Diddy's. All the crazy shit that happened since, like, Inauguration Day last year. Like, everything kind of blended together. Bombing Iran, the 12-Day War, P. Diddy, Maduro, Luigi Mangione, all of it. It's just... Did you guys hear about the Texas airspace? The El Paso airspace was mysteriously shut down. There's that whole thing. Like, it's just... There's so much crazy shit you forget about the other crazy shit that happened. put that there. Put that there. I'm going to close up shop. What is that? Piece of paper towel. Oh. Okay. Put that there. I'm buying them. Not a so Jack, move away from there. Loaded up fucking every days. Hot dog. Texas tea. I don't know why. I was just muttering the Beverly Hillbilly song to myself. It's pretty funny that I was asked, you like these sneaky questions like your message is manageable. My drug use is not that bad. Yeah. The whole entire drug test is just a way to trick people who were into drugs, admitting that they were doing drugs so they could screen them out. I think you mentioned Markiplier. Yeah, no, I didn't know who Markiplier was. No, I do want to check his stuff out now. So I heard about that movie. Like, what's the deal with him? Like the Academy Awards, like they blackballed him. They're not taking him seriously. The Academy's a bunch of snobs. Like, they hated. If Heath Ledger didn't die making The Dark Knight, I don't think he would have won that Academy Award for Best Villain. He deserved it. Okay, YouTube secretly added a bunch of new shit. There's a translate button next to things now. Oh, this counter's a mess. Somebody remind me to clean the counter after this pizza's done. Has anybody else seen the there's a guy from, I can't think of, what the hell's his name? There's this guy in Maryland who's been going to the school board meetings and just sounding off about all the woke bullshit. What the hell's his name? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? He's Crowder recently talked about him on his show. Yeah, air fryers are a pain in the ass. This one has the basket that comes up, so it's not that bad, but it's still a little tricky. Honestly, you're better off sticking it in here, turning it at 400 degrees, letting it burn everything off, and you can scrape it out. Knock it out pretty easily. Don't use metal, use wood. So I was telling everybody, just to back it up a bit, I was... oh yeah, ovens, like toaster oven, your stove, air fryers. Sometimes the best thing to do to clean it is just turn it on. Let the heat destroy everything. Like, that's gross inside of it. Now, if you got like 2 inches of bacon grease inside, yeah, don't do that. It's going to catch on fire. You might have a problem. Like, I've cooked bacon in here before, and it starts to smoke. So it depends on what it is. But, like, if it's like some stuck-on stuff, just turn that element on. Keep an eye on it. But don't, and just let you know, some problems solve themselves. Yeah, I was saying earlier, this pizza, I only used half a teaspoon of yeast. Yeah, it's a homemade pizza. I made the dough myself. I changed the recipe, so I make a lot of pizzas on stream. That's one of my things I do regularly. And I use the full packet of yeast. It makes my bread taste way too yeasty. So I'm trying to do what I normally do. 3.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of water, and half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of yeast. And the Chinese steam buns I made came out a lot better. Like, I don't know how the yeast chemistry works. You need all that yeast to make it fluffy, or it's all about it rising. Either way, I gotta try this. I have these Frigo cheeses, right? Frigo? These guys. My wife doesn't want my daughter eating these, so I'm stuck eating them. Don't sound like a mental weirdo. Well, thank you, Richie. Appreciate it. Richie, my main, I try to make the main mission statement of my channel, like the card game, Magic the Gathering, and gaming. But I'm just kind of like an IRL streamer, just all about good vibes, non-woke. Honestly, let people think they want to think. It's. Somebody came in the stream the other night and told me I look like Joe Biden. I know they were just fucking with me, but that's a funny one, actually. You look like Joe Biden. Great job, Rusty. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Don't get fired this time. I'm not calling you out, but you got fired, bro. Yeah, the best thing y'all can do for me, y'all mentioned that guy who says hit the like button. I just need everybody to, check out my channel videos. Let my channel videos play out in their entirety and hit the like button. My channel videos need the engagement. What the fuck? Rusty, what are you on about? I mean, the only thing about Joe Biden, I think Joe was I don't even want to say he was the right man for the time. I think we needed him in the sense that we needed to get away from the craziness of Trump and to get us out of the COVID road, because it just got silly and irresponsible with Trump at the end. If he had just handled COVID smarter, I probably would have voted for him, but he fucked everything up and got racist towards Chinese people. I can't take that. I don't think that happened. I don't remember Joe Biden doing that. I don't feel like he would say my butt's been wiped. Did anybody validate that? Like, I've heard that joke before, but I don't think he'd say that. That's probably fake or AI or... I think that's an edit. That's like the Wilhelm scream. There's a guy, an old man, my butt's been wiped. I think they edited over that. I don't think that's real. I feel bad for Joe Biden. He was propped up by people around him that wanted the power and the influence. They basically committed elder abuse. The fact that he got out there was like, oh no, I'm going to run against Trump again in 2024. That was deceitful to the American people. One pickup truck you could buy, what would it be? It has to have at least 300,000 miles on it. Baritone, my answer is I want one of those like Toyota pickup trucks that the African warlords and terrorists drive in Africa. Because those pickup trucks, they have probably 900,000 miles on them and they're still running. Trust me, I don't think those terrorists are stopping and changing their oil. I want one of those 80s or 90s Toyota pickup trucks that are still running to this day with machine guns mounted on them. They can keep the machine gun, but they can't kill those things. Those old cars, just once in a while, they might have to change a starter or some kind of engine part, and they're still working. Just a little bit of loving, make a whole loaf of bread. Rice is only need a little bit of yeast. There you go, Nishi. I like that. That's some wisdom. I'm serious, man. Or one of those Cuban cars. I think he said pickup truck. I don't know the pickup trucks in Cuba, but those old 1950s cars in Cuba that are still running because they're... Isn't that an urban legend, though, kind of, that Cuba still actually gets stuff in? Because they're blockaded, they're embargoed by the U.S., not by the rest of the world. I don't know. But yeah, drug tests, Yeah. All right, the pizza's going. I'm looking forward to this. It smells good. Whatever I last made in here smells really freaking good, and I don't even know what it was. The Venezuela thing is just stupid. Like it's complete bullshit. We just want to show how tough we are and steal Maduro. Yeah, Maduro's a scumbag. He didn't win that election. But like, what's our line? And like, Trump really thinks we scared the rest of the world, showed how powerful we are. We parachuted into a tin pot dictatorship and stole their president. They're a little more than tin pot, but there's not much going on down there. And we think we're tough. It's like, you're in 6th grade, you just beat up a 3rd grader and took his candy and his Pokemon cards. You're like, yeah, the 8th graders are going to fear me now. No. Not really. And there's the whole, we had that spy balloon fly over our country. And then we had the, hey, Graham, what's going on, buddy? Graham Loblin is one of my favorite people on Twitter. Especially his cute little doggo, his robotic doggo. What's up, buddy? Never had the privilege of going to Epstein Island. Yeah, that's gross. There's so many people saying Trump's not in the files. He released the files. He's actually not in them. He's in them. He's in them. He's in the files. He's in the files. He's in the files. I'd like to think he didn't do anything with gross, but you never know. Tapped into what feed, Rusty? What are you talking about? Yeah, the Venezuela thing was stupid. Trump's whole thing was... Oh, that turned out glorious. There we go. I think I'm going to quote my daughter. She points at things and goes, have that? Question mark. Yeah, oh yeah, the spy balloon and the... they have the El Paso thing that Megs was talking about earlier. What if some other country comes in here, covertly, and kidnaps JD Vance or something? I'm like, we didn't change anything in Venezuela. We just showed how foolish and irresponsible and mean we are by stealing that man. Yeah, he's a scumbag, but you don't do that. Like if somebody kidnapped Trump like that, it wouldn't end the country. It's not like, oh, Trump's gone, democracy in America is over because of one guy. No. And what's really scary is there's that Savannah Guthrie case, the news anchor whose mother was kidnapped. What the scary part is, it's exposing a lot of things. For one, these small towns are like areas where she was kidnapped. The police are really inept. They don't know how to handle that crime scene. It's a crime scene. A pizza delivery man managed to go to that house and deliver a pizza after it happened to one of the news crew. Because he thought they were at the house. They were actually outside the house. He was able to walk to the front door, no problem. And then the Nest camera thing came up where they were able to get surveillance footage from the Nest camera. And Savannah Guthrie's mother isn't paying that subscription tier for Nest camera. So that means we're constantly being recorded and surveilled. Now, all that shit is probably in the terms of service, but it's pretty frightening if that's happening. Like right now, I got the Amazon robot behind me on the shelf, the one you talked to. Recording every word I'm saying. I got the Google thing upstairs. I got Yeah, I mean it sucks. I mean, like, you're kind of numb. I think we're all kind of numb to it in the post 9/11 era. But like that case though, just blew open a whole bunch of other shit. All right. Ba-boom. Oh, did you see that Kim Jong-un named his daughter his successor? Kim Jong-un is extremely progressive. His successor is a female. How about that? And you notice it's not his sister, which is pretty funny. Those smart devices never have. Look, we go out in public, we're surveilled. You drive on the highway, interstate, there's those tolls. You don't have to pay tolls anymore. They just zap your plate and bill you. There's really no way around it anymore. Putting it in your own house sucks, but this turned out great. Look at that. Whoa. Look at that nice air pocket inside there. That's how you know you're done good. I may have had a breakthrough. I don't know why I kept doing that full packet of yeast. All right, here goes nothing. No, I don't know what you mean by that, Rusty. Savannah Guthrie thing. It probably is someone who knows the family and connected. I feel like they would have grabbed her medication because they just took her, and she needs her medication just to survive. So, if it was like a family member, they'd be like, "Hey, when you take her, grab her meds too, because we need to keep her alive." So I don't know. I think someone probably realized who she is, and they're like, "Oh, her daughter is a rich lady on TV. Her mom lives in the middle of nowhere. Go get her." But and Kash Patel of the FBI is being really inept about it too. He's fucking up the investigation. All right, we're gonna get fat with this pizza, like real fat. Did I open that? Jeez. It's Caesar. Once I've been in a room with millions of your pizzas just so I can eat forever. Well, thank you. Hey, man, I'm still thinking about that time you told me you kicked someone out of your Uber when my stream started. So I'm forever grateful. Thank you. All right, here we go. This one is mostly sauce. That's a lot better. I was using way too much yeast. Hey, Redland Runner, what's going on, buddy? Thank you. That's so much better. It is the pizza. I changed the recipe a little bit. I did a lot less yeast this time, and it still works. Yeah, I don't know anything about the FBI. I just know... Oh, I had to cut out. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? Little Yeasty, my rap name. They heard FBI and cut the stream. How you doing tonight, Graham? How's the injury? You recovering all right? Nice, good for you, Nishi. A health and wellness journey, we can get behind that. I like that. That's my rap career. Little Yeasty. Hey, what up, Greg? Oh, I'm all entertainment. I'm just not gonna rap. Be funny, but I've been enjoying the meltdown on Twitter on Hasbro signed a deal with Harry Potter to make their action figures. Basically, Hasbro can make Harry Potter stuff now. And the entire Magic community, all the people with the flags in their Twitter and their pronouns in the bio, they're all losing their shit, saying they're going to leave the hobby. They better not. J.K. Rowling this. You know, Graham, I've been thinking about doing a channel video, which all of you should check out my Magic the Gathering channel content. You have to work, Baritone? Well, make sure you don't stay up too late. I think Strixhaven was supposed to be a Harry Potter UB. I think it was supposed to be like one of the... I'm guessing Strixhaven was supposed to be Harry Potter. Like the first Universes Beyond for the game. Like the actual first UB set. And all the stuff with J.K. Rowling started happening. So WHATDOESTHISDO scrapped it. And WHATDOESTHISDO took everything they were going to do for Harry Potter and just reworked it and came up with the Quindrasil school and whatever. Like, I don't even know the schools in Strixhaven. And I think they reworked it. It's a one-to-one clone of Harry Potter. It's like shamelessly close. I think that was always intended to be Harry Potter, but they scrapped it. They'll get so many people. J.K. Rowling doesn't owe anybody an explanation, though. She doesn't have to cater to anybody. She's allowed to think that, you know, men pretending to be women and demanding you conform to their feelings, you know, she's not about that. It's to the point now, a lot of these transgender people, that it's just gross and in your face, and they're doing it on purpose. I did not, Baritone. You can drop a message in Discord if you want. This is just kind of an impromptu thing. I had to make this pizza. I'm like, all right, I don't want to just hang out by myself. But if they come out with a Harry Potter, at least universes, a Harry Potter secret lair, there's going to be so many people that start learning to play Magic just to put a thumb in the eye of the flags, the flag people and pronouns and bio crowd on Twitter. I think Trump should have like a Harry Potter themed party at the White House one of these days, just to fuck with those people. Like I would be saying leave them alone, but all the crap I've gotten on channel comments, I've deleted a lot of shit comments from people criticizing me, threatening me, all kinds of garbage. They just get so shitty and mean about it. You can just say something mundane like, yeah, I don't agree with that. I just think it's, you know, it's uncouth. It's a little gross what they're doing. I don't agree with it. You know, I wish you well, but I just don't agree with the transgender. But that's like not me personally, but like people who say that they'll say to somebody on Twitter, like, yeah, I just don't agree with the trans thing. I get it, but it's not for me. I think some of it's a little contrived. And then they'll respond, you effing this, F you, F that, curse them out. You're a phobe. Like, transphobia is such a stupid, loaded word because that implies that you're afraid. No one's afraid of these people. My brother's wife is pretty woke, but secretly loves Harry Potter. It's okay to like it. You can separate those two things, We had presidents so all these people that are mad about J.K. Rowling and live in the U.S., you better just leave the country then, because if that's your line, you won't like a creator of an IP and they're ensuing IP because of their beliefs. You won't like their IP and do their stuff because of their beliefs. So, but you're okay with living in a country founded by people that own slaves. There was presidents of this country that were all about Indian removal, removing indigenous communities. It's okay to like things that other people don't like sometimes. I like to listen to, be allowed. I don't think that they make very good relationships most of the time. That's how I am. I don't care what you are. Like, if I were to play Magic against somebody, sit down, and I could tell they were born a guy, born a male, but they're trans. I'm not going to look at them like, ew, get away from me, you weirdo. I'm going to sit down, hi, nice to meet you. Shake hands. Something, just hi, nice to meet you, and just play. I don't care. I don't care about your pronouns. I don't care. I've never cared. When I sat down across them, it was like general, back in 1999 at the Wizards of the Coast stores. Wizards had storefronts at one point. I never sat down from somebody and said, I want to acknowledge the land of the ancestors that came before me. They're Amarillo Valley Indians. My pronouns are this, they, and salad dressing. No one was doing that. And when I sit down and play Magic with somebody, I don't care. Just mob mentality, yeah. Yeah, they're all NPCs. J.K. Rowling is awesome. Well, that's the thing, though. They're going to leave an IP and not partake and get mad about J.K. Rowling because of her personal beliefs. But they're okay living in a country with presidents that were racist and owned people. Do not make very good relationships at the end, yeah. Well, I think a lot of these trans people, they're bad at relationships. Honestly, I think it's because of all the ones that are actually like, because there are trans people that are actually on the estrogen and going through the procedure. That's, physically or this day salad dress. Yeah. No, those people that do, they don't say that because nobody says salad dress. Nobody gets that silly. But there are people that do use weird pronouns. And then, I forgot where I was going with that. I think a lot of these trans people, the ones that are actually like transing on estrogen, some are just guys that dye their hair and wear makeup and act feminine and, wear the clothes that a woman would wear. And they call themselves trans. They're within their right. Some would actually transition. I think the ones you're seeing that actually transition, I think that they're fucking with their body chemistry. Yeah, Grem sees my comments on Twitter. You do too, Megs, and it's just crazy. Yeah, just over principle, yeah. That's my line, Baritone. You're a they, them, how? They and them imply more than one person. So are you 2 people, 3 people, 4 people? How many? How many people are in your party? It's just, when you get logical, they get mad about it. All right. There it is. That's how you know the dough came out good. When it looks like that, those air bubbles. Where's that camera? That's your money. And what Rusty's saying, they're trans. So if you're a man, you become a woman. You get the surgery, hormones, estrogen, the whole bit. The hardware, the firmware, software update, everything. Are you no longer trans and you're just that other gender? Or do you still call yourselves trans? Isn't the end goal to stop being trans? Like you go somewhere, you're flying on a plane, New Jersey to Florida. You're in transit. I'm not gonna get to Florida and say, and be physically in Florida and be like, yeah, I'm on my way, I'm in transit. At what point do you stop being the trans and just be the thing? And thinking about a lot of those guys on estrogen, and they feel a lot weaker. They're like a woman, but they're not actually weaker. No, they're not. And that gets into the whole athletic ability and that whole bullshit. So at what point are you no longer trans? Isn't the end goal to become the other gender? So they want to be something in between that's just a unique thing. That's like my black friend saying to me, I'm white not. That's a good one. I mean, I notice on Twitter, on Magic Twitter, I spend too much time on Twitter lately. It's bad for me. I do enjoy Graham and Meg's posts, though. But I notice, from what I see, the loudest ones, Floridian would call you trans Yorker. I like that. Twin souls, you're like real quick, changing their personality, stab you in the back. Yeah, I agree with you that, Nishi. I notice, I don't see a lot of it going the other way. It's men becoming women or dressing like women or being ambiguous. Men being the standard woman, wearing dress, makeup, being feminine, looking feminine. It only goes in that direction. So if trans thing was real, I don't see any pictures of women becoming man-like in the magic space. It's all the other way around. I'm taking my time. This came out really freaking good. It's less yeasty. It's a lot better. This is the best one I've ever made. Pizza's done now. Oh my God. I drank all my soda. Floridian would call him trans Yorker. Yeah, they're all NPCs. And honestly, what it's going to come down to is cold pizza for breakfast. I'm not into that. I eat my food hot. I can't eat cold pizza. That's going to be heartburn later, but I'll live. I almost grabbed the probiotic soda. That would have been bad. Oh no. Oh. Seltzer doesn't actually quench your thirst. Like they're a really scrawny guy. Maybe I'm trans. I don't know. Yeah. Say it all you want, but you can't make me play along. Graham, take it easy, my friend. Feel better. Give the doggo a pat for me. No, you don't. I got more viewers than you on my live right now. Okay. Well, it is indeed Friday. I'm not falling for the rest of that sentence. Oh, that's good stuff. Now I got to do dishes, the hard work. Oh. I got one for you, chat. Is healthcare a human right? So I got a note on Twitter, like somebody posted some woke crap in the fandom space, Pokemon, Magic, about trans rights are disappearing. I'm like, what rights do they not have? They can buy a home, they can have a bank account, they can own a car, they can buy a car, they can rent a car, they can go see a movie, they can get a library card, driver's license, buy a firearm, they can vote. What rights do they not have? It's only human right if you decide to live your life perfectly and then you get sick. I don't think the government, they say, oh, life lived in pursuit of happiness. So I was like, that's not what the framers had in mind. Perfect diet, exercise, you do all the right things. There's some sort of universal health care for those people. Yeah. Yeah, Greg, I'm not with you on that. The Seahawks aren't going to win again next year. This is the worst Super Bowl. That's like one of the worst Super Bowls ever. I think the Super Bowl, the last one Tom Brady won with the Patriots, that Rams Patriots Super Bowl, that was like 12-7. Like that was the final score. This one was it wasn't great. Like the Patriots didn't score on 12 consecutive drives or something. It wasn't a very high-scoring game until the end. That's the thing, Nishi. That's where I'm at. I look around at all these people. What really woke me up was... hold on, let me throw out this trash. Was COVID world. We went out apple picking in 2020. It was like fall of 2020 when we were coming out of the year. Things were getting a little bit... Seahawks are going to win 2 more times. Really think so? 2 more times total for their career. I went apple picking in 2020. This is stuck in my mind. Now, I'm gonna work from home. I'm work from home pretty much for a very long time now. And go apple picking after COVID, and I'm over the whole apple picking scene again in 2020. And I'm looking around. Everybody's just gross, overweight, covered in tattoos. They're buying the sugary donuts, the sugary apple cider, not taking care of themselves. I'm like, these people are just gross. And I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but I'm like, we're in the middle of this pandemic supposedly, and these people look unfazed. And that's why COVID ran through parts of America. We were already, Bill Maher said this. He said, we were already sick. I've talked to nurses and doctors from COVID world, and they said one nurse I talked to, he said, we have a dark joke among COVID that COVID likes its victims, people that died from COVID. They like COVID like some people like their coffee, fat and sweet. And that's exactly what happened. I'm looking around all these people, and these people don't have a stake in their own health. They don't care. They're not taking care of themselves. Why should I subsidize them? You got people that get on, they never get a job. They stay on Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, welfare, healthcare, basically. And I have to subsidize these people the rest of their life for their poor life decisions. And when I worked in the warehouse, there was this one guy who worked in the fleet shop who fixed the tractor trailers. His teeth were all fucked up and smashed. But he had this union shop healthcare, probably the best ever, and didn't take care of his teeth. These people just didn't take care of themselves. Now, if you have insurance through your job, that's fine. I think your job should provide health insurance. That I'm fine with. It's provided by your company. You're doing a service for them, doing a service for you. One hand washes the other. But I don't think that, think about now, like the baby boomers, some of them are starting to finally retire. A lot of them made poor life decisions. Their kidneys are shot. I have to subsidize some boomer for the rest of their life in their dialysis. And the worst part is, a lot of these boomers, they no longer want to pay state and federal taxes. They're lobbying their lawmakers to change the laws so after a certain age, you don't have to pay state taxes anymore. Like in Florida, they're trying to make it so the boomers don't have to pay property tax anymore. And the politicians are going for it because that's their voting base. So I'm stuck subsidizing these people who, the boomers did a bunch of drugs in the 60s and 70s and still are probably, and their body's destroyed, and I'm going to pay for it. You're all going to pay for it. Why would there be a nuclear strike on Green Bay? The Pats are not going back. No, you're right, Greg. This is a weird year for football. A lot of the good teams are just really bad. The Bills should have won the Super Bowl. This is their year to do it, and they just couldn't get it done. Alcohol and sugar. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. So that's when I had that awakening. Everybody's unhealthy. The thing is, this is just a bias. I don't have any tattoos. They're all covered in tattoos. Everybody's got all this money to burn ink into their skin. And I'm supposed to subsidize these people eventually? Get the hell out of here. And free universal health care? No, I'm not doing it. No, sir. Especially with our immigration system. People that sneak in here and getting plugged into our universal health care. If they sneak in here illegally, have a kid, anchor baby for one, and two, they just get plugged right into the pipeline of our universal health care, taxpayer funded? No. Or if you bought your house in the freaking 50s and 60s, you still got the same taxes from those times, even though your house is worth yeah, exactly, Nishi. Be paying that to, yeah, yep. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right, Greg. Everyone was just bad this year. There's a lot of bad teams. It still takes a lot to go to the Super Bowl. You have to basically, to get to the Super Bowl, you got to, have a playoff winning record to make a wild card or win your division. And then you got to win consecutive games. So it takes a lot to do that. I don't want to take anything away from them. And I'm happy for Sam Darnold because it's a thumb in the eye to the Jets. I live in the Jets, the New York Jets market unit, their media market, and the Jets are just a disaster. The Jets are a train wreck. And it's so sad. The fans love that team. They're really dedicated. Sam Darnold is one of many quarterbacks that ran through that place and turned into nothing. Freaking bomb shelters, they're all connected by tunnels. All the schools are connected by underground. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's the thing, Nishi. They're all these boomers. A lot of them want to check out of society. They don't want to pay for local schools anymore. They want to get theirs and move on. It's just crap. I got into a debate with some friends on a group chat about immigration and they're pro-immigration, I'm against it. Illegal immigration. And the ICE raid. It's about the ICE raids. And I'm like, listen, everyone cried about the little boy in the blue bunny hat, who was like his mother abandoned him, his dad pretty much abandoned him too, but then that whole thing. They returned him to his family or whatever. Like, oh, he should be in school. Okay. Yeah, but you still broke the law. You came here illegally. You stuck into our country. What about late? I think it was late, for the past couple years, earlier this year and last year, they said there were those news stories about those children, underage children they found working the fields in California at weed farms. And they were working in meatpacking plants. They're working in fast food places. Underage, questionable legal status children. Where were they then? Oh, these kids should be in school. You're letting in a bunch of people that are just built to be exploited. He still broke the law. He didn't break the law. His parents did. He's a victim. And if I ever break the law right now, I can't take my child to jail with me. That's a reality. It's sad. It sucks. We should have been like, all right, little kid and your dad, what country you from? Okay, off you go. See you later. That's all it should be. Ow. That hurt. Oh. They're closing schools because not enough people to go to school. Wow. Wow, that's like what's happening in Japan, Nishi. You hear about in Japan? There's places in Japan where there's, hey, Gear Gamer Jonesy, what's happening, buddy? There's parts in Japan where that's happening. No one's having kids anymore. There's that. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you take these people and vet them enough and figure out some people that did come here illegally within the past few years, I'm like, listen, all right, you can live here. We're going to monitor you. Put them on probation. Okay, you have to check in once a week. You might have a surprise check-in. We're going to come check in on you. But you don't get to live in New York City. You're going to move to Wisconsin. You're going to move to Green Bay, one of these sparsely populated areas. Send him to those towns. I'm doing good, Gamer Gear. Just doing a little stream. I'm going to do another stream on my actual channel later. I got to duck out of this one. I got to take a shower and get going on my real thing. Fuck no. You don't like that, Carl? Nishi, how would you feel in your area? Like if they took children, not children, families with kids that came here illegally, that are settling in cities, and we catch them. Like, all right, we have a resettlement program, but it's only in these locations. And you're basically on probation. Like, I think they could be a net benefit to society. And if they fuck up 1 or 2 times, they're gone. I don't know. The ICE raids, it should have been catch and immediately deport, not make a show of it, throw them in jail. The news is going to cry about it. It's going to look bad. Zero tolerance. So what do you mean then, Carl? Like just ICE keeps doing what they're doing, snatches somebody up and detains them forever or ships them out? Big deportation. It's fucked up but funny. No, I'm like that same group of friends. Great guys. I love talking to these guys. They're great guys. Got wonderful families. Our wives are all friends, but they just don't agree with me. And I'm like, listen, we live in a state that's not on the border. We don't deal with the first order consequences of illegal immigration. Have a good night, Baritone. Thanks so much for stopping by, dude. Get some sleep. Have a good day at work tomorrow. So I'll hit that like button. I'm at 9 likes. What was I saying? Baritone threw me off. Broke the law, gotta go. I'm with you on that. But I think we should look at it. But the problem is our system is so fucking backlogged. I wish I remembered my prior point. Wrong. Which part is wrong, Megs? Stop me if anybody disagrees. I'll talk about it. NJ is one of the most suffering states from immigration. Yeah, no, we do get an influx. Every state is a border state, yeah. I think what's got to go is asylum laws and birthright citizenship. You get rid of birthright citizenship, this shit's going to end next week. Instead of the open running faucet, it's going to turn into a trickle. I'm telling you, get rid of birthright citizenship or something. Just change that whole thing, because that whole thing is bullshit. That's my line. Like, you don't get to just show up here, have a kid, and they're a citizen, and then we have to pay for them. Where are they going to work at? The data centers? Well, where you are, Nishi, it's very rural. There's a lot of farms, right? My dish rack is way too close. Microsoft and those other companies are moving their data centers so they can suck up all the water. Yeah. Yeah, like I was looking at, I want to improve my employment situation. I'm looking at like all the job openings and like, you must know this in Excel. You need an Excel skills. I'm like, we're still asking for Excel spreadsheet jockeying in 2026, right? It is 2026, right? Birthright and visas have to stop? Well, I think asylum should stop. You apply for a visa. Well, there's a guy in the news now, an Irish guy, a white guy, looks like me maybe, who's in detention in Texas. But he overstayed his visa. He married a U.S. citizen, but he didn't do his stuff. And he overstayed his visa. He fucked up. You're an adult. Get your shit checked. Hey, Bob, what's happening? This evolved into, went from pizza to immigration. We're all over the map. With Nicolas Maduro in between. Birthright citizenship got to go. Visas, I don't know. I think we should give some people a chance if we vet them properly. Like, is there an immigration halfway house? I think a halfway house would be my solution. Send them to places that maybe have declining populations, like declining school age populations. Like, do something. But that's just me. What do I know? I know people that work in near and around inner city schools and pizza immigration. Those pizzas, they're it's bullshit what those pizzas are doing to us. I keep losing my train of thought. Kind of been a long day. But we should do better than what we are now, and we're not. Oh, I remember now. Like inner city schools, you gotta like California deals with this a lot. Even here, it happens. These kids come into America, and they get put right into the public school system. Don't know a word of English. Some of them are anchor babies born here, and they live in a Spanish-speaking bubble they never get out of. Their parents are here for 15 years or so, a little less, give or take, up to 20 years, let's say. Don't learn a word of English. I don't understand how that's possible. And then their kids go to school here, and they don't know a word of English, and they're falling behind. The school has to have, there's like grade school classes in this country that are only taught in Spanish. Like, that's like immersion school level stuff. And then these kids don't know anything, they fall behind. The teacher has to spend resources and time and screws up other students. You know, these things are very real, and people don't understand that. It's been on my mind a lot lately. It's all over the news and the Minneapolis stuff and what these pizzas are doing is BS. So there's that. Pizza immigration. Speaking of pizzas, the Olympics in Italy, apparently there's been cheating already going on. There's nobody's happy about the political messages. Apparently a Ukrainian athlete was kicked out of the Olympics or disqualified because he has pictures of, on his helmet is a customized helmet, has pictures of people that were killed in the invasion, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and they disqualified him or kicked him out of the Olympics or something. So that's great. You're not allowed to represent a legitimate cause and cheating and all this stuff, and it's just BS. What is it, next year? Is it next year? We got to deal with the bullshit of, 14, 18, 19, 20, 22, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, World Cup is this year, right? I think so we got to deal with I got to deal with it. But I don't think it'll affect me much. But the World Cup is in North America now. I think that Canada, the U.S., and Mexico are sharing it. And they're going to be playing at MetLife Stadium, which is up to like 40 minutes away from it. Olympics is globe homo maxing. Yeah, I think we have Russian athletes there. Russian athletes perpetually cheat. Did we let Belarus in? Belarus should be blackballed from everything we did with Russia. Belarus is complicit in the invasion of Ukraine. Like, the world is just a shit show right now. And nobody talks about the rest of it. They're just, there's a lot of tunnel vision on the stuff Trump is doing, which is very shitty. But they ignore everything. They look at here, they ignore everything happening here. And yeah, the World Cup bullshit near me, like, if I was, supreme leader of the Western Hemisphere for a week, I would cancel all international sporting events taking place on this continent for the next 30 years until we get our shit together as the world. Like, no, fuck that. The Olympics, we're not going. We don't care. We're not going. It's canceled. We're not doing this. The UN, it's gone. I'll send the UN to some other country. Put the UN headquarters in Singapore. Send it somewhere else. The UN General Assembly meeting is basically a giant whore and hooker fest. Go look it up. There's articles about high-priced prostitutes fly in to New York City. They descend upon New York City for international events like that. They don't pay for parking. Then a shit show. Any their time advantage point is just rose-colored spin doctor. That's true. Is E3 still happening? I thought they stopped doing E3. Remember E3 used to be a big deal as a kid. I remember looking forward to it a little bit, but I don't care anymore. You don't need E3 for the big news anymore. With smartphones now, everybody finds out about things instantly. There's the whole Final Fantasy VII controversy. They're like the one on Steam. It's the original game, but they changed it. So it's kind of like Star Wars and the Star Wars, the special edition where Han shoots first. Oh no, where Greedo shoots first and Han moves his head and shoots back. And those dumb random scenes they added. They stopped doing E3. Wasn't there a I think it was New York, no. I think it was San Diego Comic-Con or California Anime Expo or something a couple years ago. Where there was like a major like child trafficking ring or something that was busted. People find out before it happens. That's true, Bob. Yeah. Gamergate found that info. They stopped doing the hooker and blow events at E3. Yeah, because they know all the nerds are coming to town. All the whores show up to get the nerds laid, which is probably like a public service. That's actually really smart. If you're into the skin trade and you want to make a bunch of money, go to a nerdy convention. Go to MagicCon and stand outside. What kind of butter, Megs? Is it like melted butter, the country clock, the blended soft stuff? Most of the E3 events had after events with Japanese hookers. I'm not surprised. That's actually really smart of them. Those are some industrial hooas. That's smart. Cosplay girl and blow. There you go. You can't go wrong. That's actually really smart. And if you want to make that cheddar, go to where the business is. It makes sense. Go to where the jobs are, and they're doing it. They're giving jobs, all right. Cold, hard, grass-fed butter on beef jerky. It kind of works because you got like a really like overcooked piece of steak and you put a bunch of butter on it. Yeah, you don't get by. Yeah, wasn't E3's allure though for a long time, like early 2000s? E3 it wasn't a public event. You had to be an industry person or know someone to get in. Then it became a public event. I think that was the deal. I mean, it's got me thinking. I do miss the convention scene. I would do a banging stream if I could have a convention to go to. I would get 3,000 views or more. E3 has lore. I wouldn't call it lore, but wasn't that like? Didn't E3 have a mystique to it? Like it was a big deal if you got into E3. I remember people in high school were like, "Yeah, we're gonna get into E3. We have a way," and I didn't. And nobody. They would end up not even going. I remember those days. But yeah, I don't care about that stuff. Lore discovered in Gamergate. Come to Gen Con. There's a small. Is that the Castle Point one, Megs? We went to that one at that university a while back. Me, you, and Gabe. We were doing the Ezra dance at the rave. Come to Gen Con? No way, Bob. If somebody wants to pay for me to fly out there, drive out there, and pay for my con pass, then maybe. If I had a lot of money and a lot of time, like if I could like do a stream or raise a bunch of money, I'll do like a convention speed run. Leave my house that day, like that early morning, go to the con, then fly back home, a speed run. That would be fun and epic. Burn myself into the ground. It'd basically be the Abe Simpson meme, though. I would get on the plane, fly there, get off the plane, taxi over to the convention venue, then just like walk in the door, then out the door and leave. That Kitsune Con, Nishi, I really think you should go. Yeah, I would love, like, it would be fun to go to a con. Megs, if I go to a con, you got to go with me. But I don't want to pay for a badge. I don't want to, I'm over that. Who should I cosplay as? Just get a cactus costume and just like draw black eyes on it, like here and here, and this the circle mouth, and just be Cactar. It's the easiest thing in the world. And then what you do is, Nishi, you go up to everybody's waiting in line for a badge. You just run like Cactar, like this, and just run at 1,000 miles an hour, just blow past everybody, blow past security, just run right into the main events area. So all those people at the convention have to get on the radios and be like, Cactar just blew through the convention center. We can't find him. Make them do it. There was, at Anime Next years ago, there was a Waldo cosplayer. Apparently he was being really creepy and handsy in a bunch of the girls, the cosplay girls. And so they're playing Where's Waldo? I was talking to this one guy, Mike, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? Like, just saying hi to him. I'm like, hey, how are you, buddy? Haven't seen him in a year. I'm like, what's going on? You guys all right? He's like, no, dude. He's like, we're looking for Waldo. I'm like, oh, God. Really? He's like, no, seriously, this guy's a fucking scumbag. He's a creep. We gotta find him. Go to Pornstar AVN Con and set up an anime vendor. That'd be pretty funny. Well, the last place that Anime Next did was when Anime Next was still alive in 2023. That convention center venue at Edison, there was a porn convention there earlier that year, which is pretty funny. You're thinking of a ghost? That'd be fun. I'm a purist now as an old man. You go to an anime convention, cosplay anime only. Something anime ghost related, that'd be fun. Get like it's anime adjacent and it's gaming. Get like a blue bed sheet, make it look like one of the Pac-Man ghosts. And like run after somebody, but just like keep walking towards them with the sound going, but just keep walking towards them. Toilet bound? You're toilet bound? You're going to the toilet? Oh man, you're making me miss conventions. Ghost toilet anime, interesting. Oh, toilet bound, is that the anime? You could be clowning me and I'll have no idea. I'm so out of it. The porn convention, that's funny. Somebody should do a porn convention and share their floor space with an anime con. Everybody wins. That sounds like what's her name from Harry Potter? Moaning Myrtle? The ghost girl who's crying in the bathroom, which is pretty sad. Even as a little kid, when I read that book, I'm like, why? What's wrong with this girl? It's just like sad and gross. Oh, man. If I were to cosplay, fuck it, I'd do the Cactar thing. Just get a cactus suit and just blow through past security, just run by doing the Cactar run really, really as fast as I could without passing out. But it's a boy in the anime. Okay. Oh, man. Porn MTG Con. Lots of money will change hands. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Hi, Sophia. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How we doing? How's everybody doing? How we all doing? But yeah, it's I mean, anime has gotten porn adjacent, unfortunately. They sell hentai at conventions. There used to be the hentai screening, but I don't know if they do that anymore. That's why no commissions. Well, the artist alley, so the conventions, they have this thing called the artist alley, where it's people that make their own stuff and they sell it, which is questionable as far as a copyright thing. And all the artists in there, they're really conceited and shitty. I don't know why. They have an attitude. And the people who staff are, I just hate the artist alley. The artists and the people who staff there are just really arrogant. I don't want to draw things that make me cry. Well, certainly don't do that. But yeah, the artist alley last time I went, it just got gross. It used to be a fun, creative place to look around, but all the art was just busty hentai chicks, like yaoi dudes with their bulges hanging out. It just got low effort and gross. It stopped being cool. People were complaining about it. They're like, this is almost like adult content. AI printers booth. That's what the people want. And now with AI art, who knows what's even real? I think a lot of art now is, they print like an AI template and just kind of fill in the rest. It's I'm just glad I got to experience the good old days. You can't have 3D printed stuff at cons? You can't make 3D printed stuff? How is that not allowed? I mean, you make a bunch of 3D printed like statues of Goku or Naruto, you can't sell them? I guess that would undercut the people. That'll undercut the vendors for sure. Hmm. 3D printed trash, yeah. No, some 3D printed stuff is garbage. It's not made not made well. But yeah, Bob, what's a Gen Pad? There's like 99.9% chance I don't do this. There's like a 0.001% chance I would go to Gen Con, but what is the price of a badge for Gen Con? Like any given day? Yeah. Look, trolls get muted. You get banned. Don't waste your time. How many days? I have nothing to benefit from Gen Con, honestly. Like, it'd be cool to see you and those guys in person. Fuck that. Anime pins? I think I have a few anime pins left. I gotta check. 4 days, 165. Fuck that. Like, I don't know what I'm bored, but I'm done with cons by Sunday. I'm really sad when cons are over. I would get post-con blues. I want to just go home. Like that Monday, I'd always take off. It's just they run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When I staff, it'd be Thursday to Sunday. And like Monday to like the week after a con, just leave me alone. That was kind of like my rule to everybody. I'm like, just leave me alone. I'm gonna get over it eventually. I always do. But like, I just need to be left alone. What do you support there, person? How about that? You don't come here and ask me questions. I ask you questions. 4 days for $165. What does that even get you? Like, Gen Con is what? Board games and card games? Like, I don't care enough. I just don't. I don't like board games. I have no one to play them with. I have a 2-year-old. She's not ready for that stuff. My wife's not into that. I don't have time to go anywhere. And yeah, the price of pins at anime cons. A button this big is like $10. It's bullshit. And I doubt all those nerds are paying taxes on that stuff. They're supposed to claim it, like part of the signing up for the artist alley. I have to fill out the whatever tax form and submit it. They're not submitting that shit. They're getting paid all cash. They're not doing shit. They're making money hand over fist, and they complain about the convention badge price. I should get going. My phone's dying. Anime pins. I can't think of where mine are. I wish I knew. Are they downstairs? Oh, I got rid of so much shit. I kind of regret getting rid of my Naruto headband now that I'm into the streaming. I had a real nice one, not the shit you get at Hot Topic. I got one of the authentic, like, import guys. Had the metal plate, silk. This thing was expensive, and I gave it away. As far as anime pins, I think I only had one now that I think of it. Damn, not taxes. Yeah. Yeah, the nerds got to pay up. They got to pay Uncle Sam. I remember getting excited about my tax refund, but when I got older, I was like, they're just giving me back my own money that they took from me throughout the year. That's not a big deal. You're not actually gaining anything. So there's that. Oh, excuse me. Someone hit the like button one more time. I need one more like. Get me to 10 likes. Send me out of here. Hit the like button. Get me to 10 likes on the stream, and 2 more. 11:01, 11:05, I'll end the stream. Somebody hit the like button one more time. I'm going to be doing another stream tonight. Make some channel content. Talk to you fine folks. So tune in later. Check out my channel videos when you guys can. I would appreciate that. There you go. We got 10 likes. All right. I'll end it at 11:05. What happened? I wish that guy was out being... What does that even mean, Nishi? That guy was out being Naruto on the apartment complex? I do like seeing in the football season, a lot of these NFL players, they're like huge nerds climbing around on trees. There are a lot of people in the NFL scene, the players, they're all a bunch of nerds. They love watching anime, and on Halloween, they show up to the... Before the game, they show up in like full cosplay with like prop weapons and shit. I think one guy took a picture, his like profile picture, or not profile picture, like one of his on the field pictures or something. He's wearing the Naruto headband. There's that one UFC guy whose his photo, I think his card photo was him wearing the Dragon Ball Z Scouter, which is pretty funny as an MMA guy. GG. What's up there, white guy? I'm good. How are you? Skippy, I don't think you did anything. Just behave yourself, everybody. I think I banned like 10 people tonight. All right. I'm going to be here for 3 more minutes. Oh, randos with the headband. No, that's how anime conventions used to be, and I used to complain about it. I was like, it sucks. All these fake anime fans are all wearing Naruto, Fullmetal Alchemist, or Bleach. Like that's all it was for a long time. And when those guys went away, I started to miss them because all the cosplayers with this like, there's this internet comic called Homestuck. That was a big thing at conventions, anime conventions, an American web comic. And like the Naruto, Bleach, and Fullmetal Alchemist people started disappearing. And it was kind of sad. I was like, oh, I miss these guys. If I see a Naruto cosplayer, I'm going to give him a hug. Hey, Skippy, how are you? You don't have a lot to talk about? Bob, you can talk about the... are you following the Magic and Hasbro, the Hasbro and Harry Potter drama? Hasbro got the rights to make Harry Potter figures. Hasbro has the rights to make Harry Potter merchandise, the board game and action figures for the new HBO series coming out. There's the leaked secret lair. There's the Zada, the Hedron Grinder secret lair that got leaked. There's and the Ninja Turtle pizza bundle. The foil rares out of the pizza bundle have leaked too. So there's that. So I don't understand Homestuck. I don't know anything about it. Hasbro, you're a wizard of the coast now. That's funny. That's a good one, man. Person to use that. I gotta make a channel video about that. Make some rage bait video about magic and Harry Potter, how it's gonna happen, and everybody's gonna love it. Remember Homestuck? I think one of the characters is in a wheelchair, and a lot of the cosplayers will actually get an actual wheelchair, which is just gross and weird, and like I don't get it. Take a night off then, Bob. Make the other two guys do it. Make them do the hard work. Hasbro Potter. You're a wizard of the coast, Harry. You're more of an anime fan? That's okay, Skippy Blue. Me too. I don't do much with anime these days. I don't have a lot of time. I was in the anime space for so long. I like lived, breathed, and ate anime from like probably, I'll just say 1999 through, God, I don't know, 2006. Let's call it like up until like 2010. In 1999, Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. Hey, student, what's going on, buddy? I was real into it. Like it peaked, like the height of my anime fandom powers was like 2003 through 2010. Then it kind of... his favorite anime? I'm just going to say Berserk. Oh, I'm staying over time. I got 11:07 now. My stove is a minute fast. Watching some Bill Burr. I don't know what that means there. Who up? Yeah. What about you, Skippy Blue? What are you into? But yeah, what I was getting at is I was in the anime space for so long. I'm just like, I don't not like anime anymore. I'm just kind of, I'm not all about it anymore. It's just, anime is not, there's nothing you can do with it. I can't just sit here and watch anime. I can't channel that. I could do watch parties, but it's a lot of work and it doesn't do a whole lot. So there's that. Demon Slayer. I've heard Demon Slayer. If you're a fan, people say, "Oh, you're a fan of Berserk, you'd like Demon Slayer." So it's just tough to watch anime because I don't download torrents. I don't want to risk viruses or anything. So the pirating. I don't have Crunchyroll. I don't pay for any subscription services. I recommend everybody like reconsider the old like 90s anime. There's what is it? There's the Amazon Freevee that has a lot of older series. You can watch all of Inuyasha. I watched all of Inuyasha from 2024, like January 2024. I started Inuyasha episode 1, and I watched it the entire series and even the final arc that they finally released. And I even watched a couple of the movies. The movies were really freaking good. You know, Bob, I was thinking about those manga today. They're still sitting in my basement. Those got to go. Yeah, I should do something with that. I just don't know what. Inuyasha's not good. It's I won't say it's terrible. I guess I can't say it's not good. It's very campy. It's for high school girls in Japan. Like it's very. What I like about it is I don't know. Watching it as an older, I'll just say older person, which says it's an absurd statement, but I like looking at the culture around them. I like seeing, you know, urban life in Tokyo around Kagome, noticing the history of feudal Japan when they go back in time. I like those little nuances, the background stuff. Inuyasha, yeah, no, Inuyasha is really campy. It's really campy, and it's kind of creepy when you think about it. Inuyasha is like hundreds of years old. Kagome is like 14, and they fall in love. That's it's really campy. It's real bad. Hi, Jesse. How are you? But the series, what bothered me about Inuyasha was on Adult Swim, they would get to a certain point in the arc when they didn't have Adult Swim didn't have the next arc set up. They didn't have them localized yet, so it start over. And I got left at a freaking cliffhanger. We need to also learn the crystal shard attack. That's where it stopped for me. No, it was the crystal shard or the vampire one. Either way, I think it was the crystal shard. And I remember just like it was getting interesting, but it's just like the whole series. If you just don't like outside in look at it, it's just the same thing over and over again. They find Naraku, they fight Naraku, they beat him, and then but they use a secret an Uber weapon. Naraku becomes immune to that Uber weapon, so he has to upgrade his Uber weapon again, the Tetsaiga, and they beat him again with a bunch of bullshit in between. Trigun. The Trigun manga is really good. I had the manga, the collected volumes, for a little while. Rent a Girlfriend's Trash. The older version of Trigun. Yeah, I've watched some of it. I remember watching it on Adult Swim. No, I enjoyed it. It was cool. I liked it. There used to be funny cosplayers of Wolfwood, the guy with the cross, but people would do different religions variations. So there was one guy who was Wolfwood from Trigun, but instead of the crucifix wrapped in the bed sheet with the straps on it, he did the Star of David. And I think there was one other guy who did like a Buddha statue, but wrapped it in the blanket with the belt. Like that's creative. Um, I liked Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I bought the DVD. Do I still have it? I think I got rid of it. Uh, do I still have it? Full Metal Alchemist. I think I got rid of it. I think I sold it. But I had the Full Metal Alchemist box DVD set, and Brotherhood was really good. Brotherhood is one of the best anime I've ever seen. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I actually revisited old school Dragon Ball back in like 2018 when it was on Hulu, when I had Hulu back then. I watched all of the original Dragon Ball up to the point where he first meets King Piccolo. King Piccolo kills Krillin. That's where I stopped. Because that's like that point in Dragon Ball, it's basically a pure like martial arts anime. It's before they're all flying around shooting lasers and shit. Uh, so yeah, a lot of the classics I come to appreciate. I like looking at the little background nuances. The urban setting in Inuyasha. Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball. I like looking at the background. It's a very Chinese theme in the background. Dragon Ball Z should have ended at the Cell Saga. Yeah, I feel like when a series gets to a point where the whole plot is time travel and timey-wimey bullshit, they're out of ideas. Because look at the Majin Buu arc. It's kind of silly. He's a wizard revives a pink monster that's really hard to kill, and that's kind of all Buu was. There wasn't a lot of depth to it. It's fun talking anime with you folks. If anybody's interested, I have a Discord. You're welcome to join it. If one of my mods can post a Discord link, that would be great. Gohan is going to be the main character, yeah. And everyone said, fuck that, because of all the fans. Yeah, I remember like when Dragon Ball Z ended, I was like, eh. I think I watched one episode of the new, not Dragon Ball, not GT. GT, like before Dragon Ball Z, what comes after the Buu Saga officially? Not GT, it was something else. The current one, whatever it is. They fight Beerus. Like, no, it was cool to see Gohan come of age and beat Cell one-handed. Like, that was awesome. No, that's how it all started for a lot of us in North America. We had Toonami, and that was the gateway anime for us. That's all we had. Then the stuff on Adult Swim. I want to revisit Yu Yu Hakusho. If I can get it for free, maybe I'll start looking at some of that. I think it's online stream somewhere for free. Huge trigger man. I hate the shows that have non-human antagonists like zombies or aliens. It evolves into them becoming wallpaper, and the real threat is people. Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, I feel like I might enjoy now that I'm older. Like I thought Yu Yu Hakusho was badass as a kid because it was on late. It was like an edgier anime. I think now I would see it differently. Again, it's like I like these anime because the place and time they were written. Because if you look at Yu Yu Hakusho, it's like clearly the 80s or 90s. And yeah, I'm with you, Bob. Like The Walking Dead just got tired. Dragon Ball Z for me. Well, I think a lot of it they all stole from Fist of the North Star though. So everybody copies somebody. I don't want to say they copy. They're inspired by. And that's okay. As long as they don't make like a blatant ripoff. You know. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, you know. So there's that. Can somebody post a Discord link? Bob, Nishi, anybody got a minute that can do that? Yeah, it all has to start somewhere. And I'll tell you what though. Anime fans now, they don't know how good they have it. If you're a younger anime fan, you're so spoiled. And I don't mean that in a pejorative, insulting way. You have it so easy right now. You know, me and my generation, back in my day, the people before me had it worse. You used to have to, if you wanted to have a complete series, you had to download the torrents or something and download the anime, the whole series, each episode on the BitTorrent or something. It would take hours to download. You would pray that your mom or your dad or your brother or cousin didn't touch the computer while you were at school. Then you get home from school, you find out that the torrent got stuck or delayed or it's a corrupted file. There's a link to the Discord, everybody. Feel free to join if you're not already in it. Just don't be a clown or you're going to get booted. Do you remember that name? What name? Oh, Conan Edogawa. Is that from Detective Conan, case closed? Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. But yeah, anime fans then and now, like, and back then, like, this is back when I was a kid. You're on mobile, can't click it. Damn. Skippy, just keep an eye on my channel. I'm gonna go live again later, so just hang tight. So yeah, what else? You guys had it like people, older anime fans had it so hard. So like back then, like late, especially like late 90s, early 2000s, my time. Your other option was whatever was on TV. If you didn't have like the premium rich parents who paid for extra anime channels, um, you had to deal with whatever was on Cartoon Network. And what happened is if you missed one episode, and back the DVRs weren't prevalent yet, recording everything for you. If you missed one episode, you had to wait weeks and months for it to come back around and start over again. That was the worst. And then the other option was you can buy the anime, the DVDs. You can or the VHS even. But like the VHS sets were like, you know, cinder blocks, bricks. But they were like $100 or more. And the DVD sets were just as bad. They would come in a box, like a box set, and it would come with volume 1. And the rest of the box, they gave you basically, you buy the disc 1, and then hey James, disc 1 in the box. You're basically paying for a box. Yeah, we were ignorant. Yeah, you're right, Bob. And then you buy the box. You get volume 1 in the box. But every time when you go to the store to buy the next volume, they most of the time didn't have it, or they would have the one you didn't need. You had volume 1. They would only have volumes 3, 7, and 12. Everything in the middle they didn't have. So it was always a crapshoot. You never knew what you were going to get. Now online e-commerce was becoming a thing more and more. If you knew where to look, you could get it most likely. But it was a pain in the ass. It was very expensive. And like the DVD sets now, they used to be like one individual, like the standard DVD case from the late 2000s in a box, and made the box this big. Now they make condensed anime where it's like one box, like plastic case with the flip trays in the middle with each CD, it's on its own page, and you could do that. Like they went from being this big to this big. Yeah, there were VHS tapes too. I found a Gundam Away from S Team. That's my second favorite anime. I found one of those tapes in one of the stores in the mall years ago, and I bought it just to have it. And I'm sad I got rid of it. But yeah. And then after that, there was services like Crunchyroll. There was a time when YouTube used to be the Wild West. You used to be able to watch like full episodes of all kinds of stuff on YouTube. But then the rules and copyright kicked in. You can't do that anymore. And then streaming came along, made the DVDs irrelevant, but you have to pay monthly for it. So what do you really need? But at the end of the day, you could have rented it all from your local library. So you have to be smart, know how to look. But as an underdeveloped, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old high schooler, you're not going to think to do those things. You want the instant gratification. You don't want to wait. You don't want to think. That's how they made their money. They get the kids hooked in, you keep spending. Yeah, there was VHS tapes. Well, now there's Crunchyroll, and now I was talking about, go to Amazon. There's the Freevee section, Frevee. It's like what Hulu used to be. Hulu used to be able to watch stuff for free, except you got a lot of commercials. Now with Hulu, you got to pay monthly, and you still get commercials. But Freevee is pretty good. You can watch the anime, all kinds of older series, and there's ads, but it's not that bad. So I'll take it, completely free. So there's ways to get it now. There's even YouTube movies now. Movies and TV shows. There's some stuff on YouTube that's free to watch, but it has ads. That's what I started watching Inuyasha on. Yeah, Freevee, student. That's what I started watching Inuyasha on. And we stopped paying for Netflix. I'm like, shit. And I was like, oh, wait, it's on Amazon. It's on Freevee. I don't need anything else. And nowadays, DVDs are a pain in the ass because like I don't really have a DVD player anymore. I have to use an Xbox 360. Well, Skippy, I don't know what you need to watch, but Netflix probably has a wider variety. So if you like Netflix, keep it. Blu-ray discs, yeah, that's a thing. You need help or advice, Jacob? What kind? Own the entire season of Game of Thrones? Yeah, I don't own any actual like real like live action TV series on DVD. I wouldn't want to watch it again. My battery's dying. Well, make sure you check out Freevee, Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, they have a whole bunch on there too. There's options out there. Just check out the libraries. Make sure it works for you first before you cancel any things. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Hang on. I was gonna go get one of my anime collections on DVD to find it to show y'all, but I can't find it right now. Oh, you got to share Netflix. That's not so bad. Well, I mean, we'll take a look at Freevee. See if there's anything like. If you want to watch classic series, they're probably all on there for free. All right, my battery's at 1%, everyone. I'm gonna leave it there. I can't believe you can't click the Discord link on mobile. That's so weird. Let me take a look at that. You can click it on mobile. You should be able to. It brings you to a web browser. It'll open up the web browser if you don't have the app. All right, everyone, I'm going to go for real. Check out my channel, like, subscribe. Please check out my channel videos, my videos section. If you like my work, like talking to me. It's my voice, no AI, my legitimate takes, Magic the Gathering for the most part, and I do occasional gaming streams. So check out my channel videos after this video if you miss me. My channel videos could certainly use the love. They're less than 100 views, a couple of them right now, and I need all the support I can get. I'm going to be back online doing a live stream in about probably a half an hour, so feel free to come back around then. And yeah, I'm going to go now, everyone. It's great talking to you and meeting all of you. So Skippy Blue, Student, thanks for coming by. Nishi, Bob, Rusty, Megs, all of my regulars. Redland Runner, thanks for the gems. Who did I miss? Anybody? Nice to see you, Sophia. All those attention-seeking and troll weirdos who got banned and booted and muted. No thanks to you for nothing. Who the hell was that? Graham Goblin. Yeah, nice to see you too, buddy. All right, everyone. Phone's at 1%. It's going to melt down and die. Have a great night, everyone. And I'll see you soon. See you later.